Thank you very much, President Ruto. Excellencies, distinguished guests, good morning. What a pleasure to be here with you. It is a precious contribution to our diversification strategy. For the European Union, it is very important to strengthen our supply chains and diversify them with trusted, like-minded partners. And Kenya is a trusted, like-minded partner. So we are deepening trade ties and we are building up our own economic resilience. So this economic partnership agreement is a win-win situation on both sides. Very important for us is also that whatever cooperation and trade we have together, that, as you've said, there's added value and creation of jobs locally. This is very important, that the raw product is not extracted and taken outside the country, but that the added value is created here, that the supply chain is built here to create good jobs locally. A new approach, but a very important one. Then, as you said, President Ruto, the agreement is open to the other states of the Eastern African community. And this makes Kenya a trendsetter, a pioneer. You're showing how to move forward. We encourage the other Eastern African countries to join this economic partnership agreement. They can only benefit from the regional integration. And of course, it is here in the region important also amongst yourselves to open the markets. And finally, this agreement also mirrors our shared values. It includes provisions on labor rights and on gender equality, and the most ambitious provisions on climate and environment that we have ever had in a trade agreement with an African country. Why was this possible? It is possible because Kenya is a champion what protection of climate and environment is concerned. And this is a domain where Kenya leads by example. I was here in September for the Africa Climate Summit, and you really made Africa's voice heard and you set the tone. I will never forget how strongly you advocated that you are part of the solution. It perfectly paved the way for a successful COP28. And this is also your success, dear President. I want to thank you for that, for your determination and your strong stance on that one. We all know that climate change impacts Africa more than any other continent, and you know this all too well. You have recently been hit by heavy floods with devastating effects. We stood right by your side. Kenya has long understood that the green transition is the way to mitigate the destructive impact of climate change and at the same time to deeply transform your economy. You called it Go Green. You have launched your green industrialization efforts. We gladly support them via our Global Gateway strategy. Global Gateway is the European investment program abroad. And with Global Gateway, we invest almost 3.5 billion euros for Kenya's green transition. There are over 150 green Global Gateway projects here in Kenya in the making. Clean mobility is one example with the Nairobi Clean Bus Rapid Transit Line 3, obviously well known. We discussed this in March during your visit in Brussels. And I also want to mention, which is very dear to my heart, the green hydrogen strategy and roadmap for Kenya. This is something very special. We signed it together in September. Green hydrogen is the front runner of energy production for the future. The whole world is asking for it. And therefore, this roadmap is helping you towards your goal to become a clean hydrogen hub, a front-runner with the European Union's financial support. So overall, you are on your best way to become a renewable powerhouse, reaching your ambitious target of 100% clean energy by 2030. But if I hear that you are already at 91% now, I have not the slightest doubt that you will reach your ambitious goal. Most importantly, it will create good jobs in the energy sector for your people, especially for the vibrant youth. And it, of course, will give people access to energy. This is one of the main jobs that we have to deliver. And on this basis, we want to go a step further. So we invite you to start working with us on a green partnership between the European Union and Kenya. There's so much to identify and good policy experiences and best practices to share and to make the green transition a success at the scale of our continents. To conclude, I want to thank you personally again, dear President, for hosting me here in Nairobi. With our economic partnership agreement, we are opening a new chapter in our very strong relationship. Now, our efforts should be focused on implementation. We have to deliver for the people, and I'm looking forward to working with you very closely on that. Many thanks. My dear friend.
Now take a few questions from members of the press, with your permission. And to the media, kindly start with your name, the media house you represent, then keep your question as short as possible. If it is directed to either of the principals, remember to mention. Over to you, members of the press, for your questions.
Oh, we are lucky there are no questions.
Hibak Said from TV47. For both presidents, a question. The exportation of mango used to be very lucrative for Kenya. What is the progress so far? Is the EU working towards it? And how is Kenya looking towards implementing that? And also, avocado exportation was recently temporarily halted. What is the progress?
Thank you very much. I think that question now would be best to answer because this is about Kenyan exports. It is true that mangoes and the whole fruit sector is a very big export opportunity for us into the EU and into other markets. It is the reason why we are developing infrastructure. The challenge that we've always had with mangoes is the market infrastructure from the farm all the way to the export point. That is why between the national government and our county governments, we are working on market infrastructure that includes cold rooms, that includes value addition capabilities, so that we can keep the mangoes, keep the fruits in good condition that meets the highest standards of exports into the high premium, as I said here, markets in Europe and elsewhere. The challenge has been market infrastructure, the value chain infrastructure. And that is the reason why this time round we are structuring our delivery using the market value chain approach, so that at every opportunity we not only increase production, but we also facilitate all the other interventions in between to make sure that our products meet the highest quality of standards, whether it is avocado or whether it is mangoes, or indeed all the other fruits that we deal with. Let me say this agreement specifically opens, or actually throws the door wide open for us to export to a very high premium market, but we have to meet the standards that are required, and Kenyans are known for very high quality professional standards. I have no doubt in my mind that with the market infrastructure that we are rolling out, we will have the opportunity to do this. And also the opportunity that this agreement gives us to have access to European high standard machinery and value addition capabilities makes it a win-win, as you said, Madam President, a win-win agreement.
Yes, let me perhaps